Hi everyone, this is Tisch Aitken, and I'm here to discuss the new moon in Aries, but bear in mind that Mercury is stationing direct tomorrow at 16 degrees of Pisces and is conjunct Neptune, which is very confusing, and I have attempted to do this a few times, so let's just see how this goes, but bear with me. So the new moon takes place on April 5th, 2019 at 4:50 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And it is going to be at 15 degrees and 17 minutes of Aries. This is a very powerful new moon because the sun is exalted in the cardinal fire sign of Aries, and very much a time of taking action, having courage to do what you want to pursue, planting new seeds. And it also speaks back to the solar eclipse that occurred on January 5th, 2019 at 15 degrees of Capricorn, and that's a cardinal earth sign. So you might find that some things that started for you in the beginning of the year during the eclipse season, that you might get more information on that story. There might be more of a completion or a continuum to what was going on at that time. This is also a very manifesting new moon because although Mercury, well, it will be direct at that time, it is still going to be conjunct Neptune. Now that is confusing. It's a subjective placement of Mercury, but it's also very magical. It's a good aspect for manifesting. It's incredibly creative. And Venus is going to be in the sign of Pisces. It's already entered Pisces. It entered on March 26th, and it will be there until May 15th of this year. And no, that's not true. It'll be there until April 20th of this year. So Venus is in Pisces, and it's conjunct Neptune as well. So that's incredibly creative and intuitive, and the higher form of Pisces is very empathetic and very loving and really creative. So this is a time that, and all these planets in Pisces fall in the first house. So again, initiating new beginnings. The new moon itself falls in the second house of income and how you earn money. So this is good for new financial endeavors. And the other thing is, this is going to be an intense month. March was and has been a very emotional time, and you know, Mercury retrograded initially at 29 degrees of Pisces, which is the final degree, and for many has been incredibly painful. That's the last degree of the zodiac, and you know, I've talked about this a lot in my last few videos, that this is a fixed star Shiat, which is connected with misfortune and self-undoing, and can feel very lost and directionless and bring up very distant memories from the past. But the idea now is that this new moon is, you know, about having courage to move forward, and the Pisces energy of it is also allowing us to manifest what we want to manifest, and in the first house taking action to do so. And Jupiter, which is the luckiest planet, stations retrograde on April 10th. So we feel the energy 5 days before and 5 days after. So that will be looming in the air. And the other big part of this is that on April 4th, Pluto, which is the planet of death and rebirth, is going to be conjunct the South Node in Capricorn. And that gives us a prelude of what's going to happen in January of 2020. And they say hindsight is 2020. So let's see, because there are a lot of elements of fate with this. The nodes of fate deal with karma. The South Node is what we're meant to release. And with the energy in Capricorn, it's very much about taking accountability. It's about what you need to restructure, what's not working. There could be power struggles. There could be things coming up regarding business or finances that, you know, you may have to consider. But this is also good for releasing what's blocking you from what you want to launch. And I would look at it that way and try to find healthy escapes with the Neptunian energy, which is still pretty strong with 3 planets in Pisces and Neptune in its rulership. But I think this is a magical new moon if used properly, and I think it's going to help to get us out of this Neptune fog, which has been looming really since the middle of February. Mercury and Neptune originally met up on February 19th. in Pisces before Mercury stationed retrograde on March 5th. So we've been dealing with this emotional energy, and with Chiron having just left the sign of Pisces, from the end of January through the middle of February, it was at the final degree of Pisces. And again, that's a really tough placement. And now Chiron is the beginning degrees of Aries. And it's allowing us to have courage to face our wounds. And it reminded me of a time when I was 12 and I changed schools. And I went to my first day of school. It was orientation, and my mother had not come back for the summer yet, and my dad was at work, and I picked out my outfit, and it happened to be inside out, and I didn't realize this. So I had been talking to people for about 10 minutes, and the woman that was near the front door that greeted us told me that, honey, your outfit is inside out. And I was sitting there, or standing there, wearing an inside-out outfit, feeling like a sore thumb. But I think it's about having courage to face your vulnerability, and to face the fact that you could feel vulnerable or awkward. And, you know, hopefully you can laugh at it later like I can now. But, you know, it's about having courage to face those wounds. Whereas, you know, when Chiron was in Pisces, it was a difficult time to really get out of that. So tap into your 12-year-old self wearing that inside-out outfit, and have courage and smile and plant seeds on this new moon. And I wish you a lot of luck. Thank you.